by Farah Hannoun, June 27, 2019, 10:30 a.m. Luke Rockhold has already made headlines since announcing his move up to light heavyweight, and he hasn't even fought yet. The former UFC middleweight champion Rockhold, 16-4 MMA, 6-3 UFC, will take on Jan Blachowicz, 23-8 MMA, 6-5 UFC, in his 205-pound debut at UFC 239 next week, and he is already looking at the bigger picture. A possible fight with light heavyweight champion and pound-for-pound king, Jon Jones, 24-1 MMA, 18-1 UFC. Rockhold said he hopes a win over Blachowicz will set him up with next crack at Jones. "Jon Jones is right there and I'm not looking to dance around too long," Rockhold told Submissus Radio. "If there's an opportunity and things work out, I perform." He performs, you never know. Rockhold has mirrored Jones on multiple occasions for his good friend and training partner, current UFC heavyweight champion Daniel Cormier, 22-1 MMA, 11-1 UFC, and feels like he's already been preparing for Bones for years. "There's a lot of history with a matchup like that," Rockhold said. "I've been there through many training camps for Jon Jones, so we'll see. I'm going to go out there and fight my fight, and Jon's got to win his fight." Jones is taking on the always dangerous Thiago Santos in the UFC 239 headliner, and while the wild and reckless style of Santos can present problems, Rockhold feels Jones has a big advantage on the ground. "Jon's just got to get in one time," Rockhold said. "He's a tactful guy. He's not going to go out there and make a lot of mistakes. He can judge distance well and he gets the takedown. We haven't seen that man, Santos, on his back, and I don't expect much from him." There's been a lot of talk recently on a potential trilogy fight between Jones and Cormier and which weight class it would take place in. Rockhold believes Cormier shouldn't have to go back down to light heavyweight, even though that seems to be what DC wants. Either way, Rockhold is looking to get the Jones fight for himself. "I'm fighting before DC, I'm going to take my dibs if the opportunity presents itself," Rockhold said. "DC, I think it's foolish for him to try to challenge Jon back down. I think Jon should have to come challenge him up for the heavyweight title. That's where their natural weight is. Jon is a big guy, he cuts a lot of weight too to get down. Jon is scared to fight DC at heavyweight. I don't know why DC thinks he's got to come back down and fight him to prove some point. It doesn't make sense. Jon ain't talking about fighting DC at heavyweight. He's kind of beating around the bush and he's trying to bait him back down and antagonize him a little bit. Jon doesn't really want to fight DC at heavyweight. Rockhold, of course, has to get past Blachowicz, who's no slouch. Prior to dropping his last fight to current #1 contender, Santos, Blachowicz was riding a 4-fight win streak. And while Rockhold isn't exactly overlooking Blachowicz ahead of UFC 239, which takes place July 6 at T-Mobile Arena in Las Vegas with a main card that airs on pay-per-view following prelims on ESPN and ESPN, UFC Fight Pass, he sees many possibilities in his new division. If there's a delay, there's also a business side to this thing, so Anthony Smith could work his way into, Rockhold said. "Anybody above me, I'm looking to make a mark." A statement win over Blachowicz could open the door for Rockhold to receive the next shot at the title. Rockhold is a former UFC and Strikeforce champion and a notable name in the organization with an arsenal that could potentially challenge Jones, who is a puzzle that's yet to be solved. "I'm faster than all these guys," Rockhold said. "I'm more technical. These guys can't make mistakes. I'm going to beat them to this spot, I'm going to make them pay. ... I got a heavy left kick and he can't really stop it. One thing everyone knows, is that I'm a son of a expletive when I'm on top of you, and Jan Blachowicz ain't getting up if that happens." For more on UFC 239, check out the UFC rumors section of the site. Daniel Cormier, Jon Jones, Luke Rockhold, UFC 239 News, UFC lets block ads. Why?